Hey, 365. Good to see you, man. How are you? Huh. Resident Evil Showcase. No. No, I actually, I need to get caught up on my Resident Evil, stuff. What's going on with that new one? No. Nope. No, not at all. Did you watch it? The car seemed interesting to you. Yeah, again, I don't even, I'm not caught up on any of that, so. Seems like having a car would imply a sprawling world. It seems like it, but, you never know. Definitely seems like it would. Let's take a look here real quick. Oh, that's right, that's right. Leon's in this one again. That is pretty cool. So it's a dual lead. Apparently, it's not just Leon. Leon and Grace, apparently. Zombies are now more complex. Some retain behaviors from their past lives, requiring observation to either sneak past or exploit their actions. That's pretty interesting. It's interesting. It doesn't mention the car. It's coming out on the Switch too, as well. For those that have that. The classic ink ribbon system returns. That's cool. That's cool. This is going to be interesting. Yeah, for sure. The ink ribbon system was pretty cool. Obviously making things a bit more difficult using something like that. They're partnering. You're saying that there's actually a thing where they're partnering with Porsche? Wait a minute, really? Hold on. Let me find out what you're talking about here. What's this thing called? Requiem, right? Requiem it is. I'm trying to remember the last time something was called Requiem, and like, it was memorable. I'm not a fan of the name, just immediately. I don't think it's a very good name. I'm just being honest with you. Like, did anybody else think that anything that had the name Requiem? Like, I'm not saying it was necessarily bad. I'm just saying, was that the memorable? Is that a memorable title? Does it stick in your mind? I don't know. Just a personal opinion. Yeah. So Resident Evil Requiem, Porsche collaborated with Capcom to feature a custom-built Porsche Turbo GT as Leon S. Kennedy's vehicle. That's what? Blending luxury performance with survival for a unique in-game. Hey, that's cool. I mean, I'm just being a critic a little bit about the name, but I hope it does well. I mean, I hope it's a great game. I'm just personally saying, I just think that they could have gone with a little bit of a different name. If there's a really good reason why they're gonna call it Requiem, fine. You know, like give me that, fine. You know, if there's a really good reason and we find out what that is, fine. But 9 is an unlucky number. Is that a thing? What? Why? Oh, okay. I don't know. I think. Really? No, and no, and obviously they went from Windows 8 to 10. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I'm just saying, like, do people really do that? Okay. I guess that's a good point. Other companies have done it too. Big companies do it. Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Weird stuff. Let's look it up. We can continue looking that up too, but let's look that up. Let's look up y is 9. Unlucky. Unlucky. The number 9 is considered unlucky mainly in Japanese culture because its pronunciation sounds like the Japanese word for suffering. Oh! Leading people to avoid it in hospitals or hotels, though it holds varied meanings like compassion or completion in numerology and other contexts, with some even linking it to the Greek word for death in the past. Okay, so, like, that's why. Yeah, Greek symbolism. No, I mean, like, that would make sense, actually. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. It's just a number. Listen, if there's one thing I've learned about life, here's what you gotta know about stuff like that. Here's what you gotta know about stuff like that. Ready? If there's one thing I have learned about life, and this applies to this for sure, it's that if too many people put stock in that and actually believe it and believe that it's unlucky, yeah, yes. Because too many people around the world are now doing things in fear of that. And it's a butterfly effect. So I will say, if there's something I've learned from life, is that you create that. So don't be in fear of words, numbers, things like that. Things that are, again, just placeholders and stuff to establish meaning of something. What does this mean? Define it. That's all. Don't be afraid of them, because that gives it the hate, the power. So again, inherently something is unlucky. Yeah, sure. If the entire football team believes that this shit's unlucky, I guarantee you, it's gonna be unlucky. Because they have an entire football team of people's heads getting behind this thing. Yeah, I guarantee you, it's probably gonna happen. These guys aren't stupid. They're smart. They think about strategy all the time. They work this stuff all the time. Think about it. Pray about it. You get their families to pray about it. Yep. That unlucky thing's probably going to happen. So, the whole point is, the more that you put stock in believing in something that doesn't exist, the more you create that thing that doesn't exist. Don't create it. That's a huge takeaway that can be applied to a lot of things in life, but yeah. Is it the same force that makes prayer work? We got powerful minds. The force that makes prayer work? I don't know. I don't have the answer to that. I would probably say no. But people are given free will. If there's one thing that we understand, it's we can't ask for miracles and stuff. we are given to free will. You know, we can make mistakes. Obviously, we're not perfect. Nobody is. So, but we do know that we have examples of prayer working, so we do know it works. So yes, this stuff's built in. It must be. It has to be. And I'm not saying that he's not listening up there and stuff like that and answering those prayers and whatever that is. I'm not the person to talk about that or tell you about that. But yeah, if you put too much, if you definitely put too much energy into, you know, like things that like I just said, that don't, you know, have any real good outcome, you know, obviously, you know, you have your example of karma and stuff like that, where those built-in forces are built in for a reason, because we are given that free will, you know. So, like, I just want you to understand certain things, you know. It's like, it's not like, oh, I'm not gonna go on a tangent about that stuff, but you get what I'm saying. I think it's scientifically proven to work. What do you mean? I forget how when you type that exactly what I was saying. Oh yeah, no, it is. Well, no, I don't know about scientifically proven. It's statistically proven. Science helps to back it up. It is statistically proven to work. But yeah, I've given examples like the Fibonacci sequence and stuff like that. So some scientists would argue that. Proven in science? Statistics? Yeah. Yeah. There's things that about the Bible that, well, the modern one that science can actually prove, and then there's things about it that it can't, that it can disprove actually. So I mean, praying would be one thing that science could actually help prove. So I don't know about whether it's actually proven, but as far as backing it up, sure. So there's a difference between, you know, just like me sitting here using science saying, yeah, that's theoretically possible, because, you know, alright, so understanding that the Fibonacci sequence can't be an accident, so then why is it in everything? Okay, so then, like, the idea then since the Fibonacci sequence is a sequence that we know is a definitive pattern, how's it in everything if everything is an accident? If matter and all this stuff was an accident, why is there a pattern to that makeup of matter? Well, that's a really good argument that science could give. So, like, there's just, like, a lot of different things that you can extrapolate and use. But then, you know, obviously, I'm not going to sit here disprove and prove anything. I'm just saying things that I've heard actually, you know, other good arguments elsewhere too, and actual scientists talk about. So, It's not just me saying those things. Or coming to those conclusions rash or anything like that. But again, it would be somebody discussing science and having an argument, no actual proof. Obviously, you can't. What, short of, you know, the man upstairs showing up and hit him or her or itself, you know, however you want to see, however you want to see that, short of that happening, you know, obviously that's in science, that's your proof. That's why, obviously, and so, you know, when we can document a lot of things and stuff like that, well, you get what I'm saying. As far as Requiem is concerned, that seems pretty cool. But again, I'm not really sure because this game, I don't know, it looks like it could be good. I personally think yeah, I personally think that it's sort of kind of like the Silent Hill 2 remake, where you could possibly have much more open areas like that. But I'm not sure. I really haven't seen anything like it, but that's just the only thing that comes to mind that could be sort of a conceptual thing that would be like it. I remember, you know, when I was playing on PlayStation 2, I was playing, I think it was PS2, I played Silent Hill 2. I remember I was also then vice versa playing on GameCube, I think it was. Yeah, no, it was GameCube, was Resident Evil 4. And I just remember liking both separately a lot. You know, they're both very, very solid games. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I don't really. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really care. I really haven't been thinking about anything else except Elden Ring. You're off to bed? Okay. Well, I'm glad that we had that religious conversation there. I'm just kidding. We don't normally get too into that here. Not something. We'll get political sometimes, but we're not gonna. I don't normally sit here and get, you know, because I don't. You can believe whatever you want. I'm not here to try to tell you what you should or should not believe in. Nine is unlucky, be careful. LOL. Okay. Thank you, 365. Go get the iPhone 9, oh my god. I'm not getting an iPhone anything. No, I'm good. So this game's out February 27th, 2026. So we got a little over a month away. Oh yeah. A little over a month away for that Resident Evil game. But there you go, guys. I mean, yeah, I mean, like, honestly, it seems like they're gonna be putting a lot of work into it. You know, honestly, I have no reason to think it's not gonna be good. I have no reason to think that. I just, I'm just being a little critical of the name, that's all. Just, just an odd name to go with. I think that the name, it's something that won't stick as a name. People are gonna call it something else. So, like, I think, and they're gonna have advertising and stuff for it too. That's gonna have that all over it, I'll bet. I think I would probably go with the 9, like you were saying. Like Resident Evil 9. I just think I don't understand, like, it's that genre anyway. So alright, so that's a bad luck number. Okay, that's better for the genre that fits it anyway, right? Doesn't it? Doesn't that fit the genre? Wouldn't that fit the genre anyway? So I don't know. I think that would probably be better to stick with that anyway. I just think Requiem was not a solid name to go with. Just from a marketing standpoint, it's totally just a criticism. It's totally just a biased criticism. Again, I'm sure the game's probably going to be good. It looks like they put a lot of work into this. I think I read something of like a full orchestra. Yeah, Capcom announced special orchestral performances for the franchise's 30th anniversary. So it sounds like they're putting a lot of work into this. I don't know. I think it's going to be really good. Personally, I don't think they're going to mess this one up. I would lean obviously towards if you have a PlayStation, I would recommend and lean, or honestly, the Switch too probably will do this justice, because like I said way back, that was what I played. I played 4, and I played the remake for the original Resident Evil on GameCube, and oh my gosh, it was amazing. It was amazing. So I would have no doubt that would be actually a really, really nice release for you to get on PS5 or, again, Switch 2. You just got a PS5 Pro and you can't really tell the difference. Are you for your TV? Oh, so it is for your TV. Are you using the same HDMI cable? So if you're one thing I'd say is a lot of times you want to take a look at a more modern. The one they sent in the box, maybe that's not good. If it's the one that came with the 5 Pro, it should be fine. You should be good with that. One thing I would recommend though is make sure that that like you don't have your TV, like if your TV is like, sometimes it's 60 or 120 hertz or something like that. You want to make sure that if you ever have a higher refresh rate TV, you want to set the higher refresh rate. You want to just kind of go into your settings and set some of those things and kind of look at it a little bit if that's the case. Because you may have had those things capped or something like that because of what you were doing previously. Isn't the Pro 120? I think that's 120 now. So if your TV supports that, honestly, I'd recommend. Oh God, if you can swing it. Just order like just order like a monitor, like a 32-inch monitor, and you'll get like a 165 refresh rate. There you go. Yep. That's what a lot of people are figuring out, that the monitors are just going to do it better. And then you can mess around with the settings. You're going to notice it's going to look a lot better. Obviously, it's going to be a smaller screen too, but yeah. Roku. I mean, I'm not busting on Roku or anything, but I mean, it's not for that. It's not for that. It's just not what it's for. You know, get your monitor. Your TV is it's not 80 inches. I could believe it's 50, maybe. Yeah, most people wouldn't be able to fit an 80-inch TV in a room that they have. They just wouldn't be able to justify it. Most people. No, I mean, like, you gotta get like higher ceilings maybe, but 80 inches. I wonder, like, I guess it's probably hard to appreciate how big that actually is until you'd actually see it. If you've ever actually seen, I mean, maybe you do. Maybe you do have one. I'm not saying you don't. I'm just saying, like, if you've ever actually seen one, like, I mean, 80, usually it's 82 or 83. They're pretty big. I mean, I believe you. I'm not saying you don't. I'm just saying. I highly doubt. I don't. I would be not inclined to believe your Roku TV is 80 inches. I'll bet it's like 55. I'll go with 55. That sounds reasonable. 80, it's just that they didn't make them. Like, only certain brands made up to 82 or 83. I think it was Mitsubishi, Panasonic. I forget who else. They, like, again. No, they did, but again, the 80 inches, man, that's a really, again, that's a really large. Because again, most rooms, just it's a lot bigger than you think. It really, you don't want that. You really don't. It's a lot bigger than you think. Now you're right. They make them. You're right. Because I've known somebody that has once had around, again, like we were saying, an 82-inch. I think it was an 82. And, they still make them, sure. But again, it's not often. Usually again, I could be wrong. You could have one. I'm just saying. And they do make them. I'm just saying. That's a really large number. For and maybe out there it's more common. It might be. Maybe, I mean, you guys do have bigger stuff. Like you, isn't the California King a bigger size bed than the normal king size beds, right? Right? They call it a California King for a reason, right? Yeah, maybe that's the case. Maybe you guys got all the big TVs. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, that is sort of a thing out there, isn't it? You just realize that. It, it's true though. It's true. It's true though. It's true. It's true. And sometimes and no, and that is the case. Like a lot of times the having a screen that big, you really don't you have to be further from it. Like again, you just that's a really big screen. It is. It's a really big screen. You don't need that. In my opinion, like for a really big, like if you want a nice big TV, and even in a decent sized room at like a good distance, like the perfect distance, a really good size, a really, really nice size, is actually closer to like, again, that 55, 60-inch range, because even if you're sitting on a couch and you have 4-player co-op and you're splitting the screen, you still have plenty of field of view. The important thing is that you get plenty of field of view when you're doing the 4 screens. That's the main thing. And I still think you're getting that out of those 60, 65-inch screens. 80's fine, but it's just the room better be able. You better be able to get a good distance from it, and it better not be, again, because normally I actually don't necessarily want to look up at a TV, which most people I think do. It's actually not really what you want to do. It's really not. A lot of times, actually, technically speaking, if you could get looked down, if you get a downward angle, actually, technically, that's better. And so again, if you could get your TV, at a decent level on a stand, and sit a good distance from it, but not too far away, that's actually the perfect spot. Versus, just getting a massive TV and then mounting it high on the wall and trying to get far enough away to justify it. Again, it is still nice to have it. It is still nice to have it. But again, you're sitting so far from it. Yeah, like there's sometimes you can't see certain things, and again, the whole point is if you're closer to the screen. Yes, I get it. You're getting a bigger screen; it makes things bigger. But again, if you're closer to the screen, you can see things better. I'm not talking about like so close it's right in front of you. I'm talking about a correct distance. So, anyway, yeah. Good topic of discussion there too. Just getting correct distance from screen and stuff like that is definitely can be really important in setting up your TV and making things look nice and stuff like that. I've also seen people have their TV on and they have a really dark room, and they've like basically never calibrated their TV, or they calibrated it wrong, and like all the colors are off first of all, so like everything looks like yellow or blue or something like that, and then you'll go in and no lie, like it's a dark room, right? And they have like the backlight on and like the brightness like all the way up. So you're sitting in this dark room and you're like this, like trying to watch the TV, and like a white, scene happens. You're like, ugh, it's something like that, and so it's just a matter of honestly sometimes understanding that you need to go in and set those things too. A lot of people really might not even consider that when they get one and set it up. So that's something to consider when you get one, is essentially what are those options, looking at the things that you can set, that you can adjust. A lot of the things that you want to consider with that is when you turn, like when you're adjusting like brightness and stuff like that, and you're adjusting contrast, you're adjusting those things. How separate do the colors look? How separate do they look? Do they look separate, or do they just look like a blend of complete nonsensical crap? Like this is, let's move on to the next one because this, again, it should be able to do that. It should be able to, as you turn those things down and adjust, it should be able to get those colors accurate, or whatever, and vice, like anything else too. The other settings that should do what they're supposed to do too. Like again, if you have a setting and it doesn't appear to do anything, you see what I'm saying? Like, so anyway, I guess we got on some TVs and we got on setups. As far as again, this 365 came in and asked about a bunch of stuff, so I was just talking about that stuff that he was talking about. He had to go though. I don't know if he's even still around, but he had to go. But that's why we were talking about the stuff we were talking about. But I mean, again, it's good stuff to talk about and know about. Like again, when you, a lot of people don't realize that, and again, when you get a well, if you're just playing games by yourself, actually, like 40 inches is really like a good 40-inch screen. I'm just saying, like 60, 65, like between 55 and 65, for those who actually have, again, if you have couch co-op or you play with more people or something like that, again, it's a good perfect size for splitting those screens. That's the main thing. Like, I actually think if you're just playing by yourself, somewhere between 40 and 50, depending on the distance you're sitting from it, is actually really a perfect size screen. It depends on resolution. If we're talking 4K, that's what I would say. At 4K, that would be a good size screen. At least for me, I would personally think that's a good size. Because if I'm sitting X amount from the screen, okay, and I'm sitting in front of it, and like, let's say I'm even 6-8 feet in front of this thing, okay, maybe 10, we'll say 10 feet, coffee table, you know, TV stand, screen, and then the couch. Alright, so couch, coffee table, stand, screen, whatever, you know, maybe 10 feet, whatever, okay, and this thing is, let's say instead of 55, 65. And again, that's like the max that I would go. I think that's okay. Let's say instead it's man, that thing's like 80 inches or something like that, and that's only 10 feet in front of you. Well, now, if I'm sitting in front of this thing, I'm going to actually have to move my head to look at the screen because it's actually that big. So as I'm playing the game, I'll actually have to move my head around. You don't really want that. You don't want it to be that. That doesn't make any sense. So that's why I said, like, it actually does depend on what you're doing with it too. Like, if it's just you, you can downscale that. But for sure, if it's you're playing it for more, you know, with other people and stuff like that, and that's your intent, you know, obviously you can have the larger screen. But again, I would recommend still the smaller side of that. I personally think 55 is a really good size, but you know, again, if you're splitting it up, you definitely want to, you know, the 4 screens. I would go on the higher end of that in 65 inch. And again, getting that enough of a distance away from you that you can still see it, but it's more about glare, and it's more about text on the screen. Can you comfortably, from where you're sitting, read the text on the screen? Most of it. And that's the important thing. And again, the screen shouldn't be like really, really bright either. Like, obviously, I understand everybody has lights on and stuff like that once in a while too, but you don't gotta have that thing. It's completely unnecessary. So we got some Resident Evil discussion. We got all kinds of discussion tonight. All kinds. Let's see what we got here. Let me see here something. Let's see something here. Alright, let's see here. Can I do this? Oh my god. We got some arrows here. Yep. Yep. Just drawing some arrows. What is this? A triangle? Oh my god. What? Why? Yes. This is like, this is the most interesting stream that you're going to see on YouTube tonight. You will not see a better stream than this. Guarantee it. Scroll as much as you want, and you will not see a better stream than this. This is the best shit you will see in the entire freaking live feed. You will not see anything better than this. Absolute. Complete. Utter. Triangle. All of the triangles. All of them. This is for 365. That's for 365. There you go. Because he said it was his bedtime, right? So we'll give him a couple of little stickers here. There we go. That's for 365. The good night, sleep tight. There we go. Couple little stickers there. For participating in chat and being awesome. Oh, here we go. We got Oh, because you guys know how much I love YouTube. How much I. There we go. We got some love for YouTube here. Here we go. Oh, look at this. I'm gonna show you guys how much I love YouTube. Look at that. Oh, look at this. Look. Oh, look. I can't turn it because, you know, this thing's a piece of shit, but... Oh, look at this. Look. Oh. We're gonna put this right here. So that YouTube knows just how much I care. Yeah, we're gonna put this right here. Like this little punctuation on the I or something. Little YouTube punctuation there. There we go. There we go. Yeah. There we go. Put that there. Little YouTube symbol with hearts coming out of it. Oh. There we go. Alright, let's see. What else we got here? What the fuck is this? What is this? What is that? Who even is that? I feel like I'm supposed to know who this is, and I don't know. Alright, let's see. We gotta get more people in chat for more stickers. You guys want more stickers? We gotta get people participating. Oh, that's right, subscriber mode only because we're getting trolled too much. Oh, that's right. What is this? Alright, this is another one for 365. This is another bedtime one for him. Whatever this is. That is pretty amazing. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Snack time. Alright. We've said goodnight to 365, so we'll get these off now. We are chilling, so I'll just put this up here. Oh, let me see. How about... Huh. Wow. Some were pretty funny. Even I get that one. What do we got here? Let's see. We'll do this one. Let's do this one. Let's see what this one is. All right. Well. This is actually amazing. That is actually amazing. Now you see why they were breaking this crap for me. Because we got all these tools in here. That's why they were always breaking this software, because they knew we got all these tools to use. Oh, little Angry Bird. I love Angry Birds. Freaking love Angry Birds. How does one not simply love Angry Birds? What did Angry Birds ever do to you except be awesome? Oh, no way. I just found my favorite X-Men. The man himself. How do you not love Gambit? Gambit was the coolest. Gambit was so cool. Heck. There we go. There we go. There we go. That's about right. That's about right. Pretty cool. What the heck is this? Alright, we gotta do this one now. This is ridiculous. The other one was better. Let me see if we can, Oh, there we go. Hold on. The lava one was still better, but this one's not bad. There's gotta be one. Yeah, this is better. This one's better. There we go. There we go. That's better. I could put it. That's cool. Alright, let's make it rain now. That's cool. Okay, let's put this there we go. And it's raining too. How cool is that? Hey, let's swap it. I want to try this other one. Let me try this one. That one's cool too. That's pretty cool. And then likewise, you could literally do it as a background too. So like, for example, if I just did this, like something cool like this, but then just like expanded it. So like, if I put it here, same sort of concept, I don't know. Pretty cool. Oh, this one's not bad. Yeah, that one's cool too. Another water one. Let's see here. Oh wow, let's check this one out. Hold on. Here, I'll get rid of this one. Let's check this one out. That looks cool, doesn't it? Let's check this out. I think that looks really cool. So if I do that, so you can do some cool stuff with this, you know what I mean? Yeah, how cool is that? How cool is that? This is why they broke this software for me, you guys, because like flat out they're always breaking stuff that has like, you know, features that would cause trending or get me promoted, you know, on the platform, obviously, and that would clearly help. And they knew that this software is loaded with this stuff, so of course that's why they broke it, you know, and try to keep it broken. So that is pretty cool. All right, let me just hold on. Let me try something. Man, there's so much. There's just so much in here. How about... Okay. That'll do it. That'll work. Okay, let me try some of this. This is cool. Alright, so we'll get rid of this one. And we'll try this one. Let's take a look at this. We'll try this for a background. There's a lot in here. I mean, there really is a lot of stuff you can do with this. Yeah, look at this too. So hold on. Get this one. Cool. Let's see what else can I do with this. It's pretty interesting. Let's get this one back here. Just remember, layering is a lot of what you can do with streams and graphics and stuff. Just remember that, like a lot of it's layering. I mean, how cool does that look? I think that looks cool. I mean, legit, that's really cool. I mean, this isn't even the tip of the iceberg with this thing. This is literally just one section of stuff that I'm looking at. I actually like that. I think it's really cool. This is cool too. Wow, look at this. This is my match my coffee. Look at that. do. We're just messing around with this. Just looking at different things here. So this is cool. Here, we'll change it now. I mean, I do like the one that I have up. I do think it's really cool. But I'm gonna just try different ones here. Alright, let's see here. What do we got? Let's try this. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, let's try this. Look at that. Here, let's get this down here. No spot where it'll look better. Look at that. How cool is that? You just get that behind like that. How cool is that? I mean, and that looks really cool, doesn't it? And people are gonna be like, man, how do you do that? Imagine if I started to stream like that. I'd probably have so many problems and be like, how does he do that? How does he? Man, we have to mess with this stream. We don't know how he's doing it. And like, you know, it's just as simple as that. There's really so much that you can do with this stuff, guys. It really is. Again, this is just one section. Again, I've talked about this before, and I just so happened to come across something that, several things now that look really cool for the background, you know, just, again, it's all about layer. A lot of this is, a lot of graphics and a lot of doing this stuff is layering and just, you know, it looks cool, you know. So, obviously you can see, like, I found some stuff that just looks cool. Here we go. Here, let me, get rid of this one. What's this? What even is this? I don't know what this is, but we're gonna check it out. It's like a pattern, so... some sort of a pattern here. What is that? I mean, it looks kind of cool. So there you go. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, it's that simple. It's just about, like, again, layering. There's a bunch of cool stuff in here. So here, let me, here's another one. This one's pretty cool. You could use this if you're talking about Elden Ring or something. I think that would probably be cool. Or something like it, you know, I mean, I'm just saying. That's pretty cool. Oh, what else we got? Here's a pretty crazy one. This one's pretty cool. Wow, that's nice. Hold on, let's look at this. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I like that one. I like that one a good bit. So you can find some really cool ones in here, for sure. Wow. Check this out. Check this out. GIF.exe. That's so amazing. You can get rid of that though, you can. There you go. You just do that. And then there you go. Do whatever you want, man. How cool does that look? It matches the game on that I have there. This is the best one. This is the best one. Hands down. I feel like I'm I feel like I'm in some sort of freaking retro music video or something. Or like a time vortex. That is pretty cool. Let's try this one. Let's try another one here. Oh man. See, I'm willing to give you guys ideas, sit here and give you guys, I don't, you know, like it's the sort of thing where you just have to play around with stuff sometimes. But remember, they were breaking this for me for a while, so I couldn't even do that. Look at this one. How cool is that? I think this is cool. If I would have just came on stream like this, people, man, they would have been messing with that, my stream so horribly. It'd have been like, oh man, what did he do? Did he spend a ton? It's like, it's literally that simple. You know that's what those do. Oh gosh, man, these are so cool. Yeah, imagine if people hadn't have screwed up my channel, all the ideas. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. And I'm willing to help. I'm willing to give people ideas too. Like, obviously, if I'm sitting here doing it, you can do it. Just ask me how I'm doing it. I literally don't care. Didn't. Until all of that nonsense. And then I had to... Yeah, because they're just breaking this stuff. I like this one. This one's pretty good. I wonder... Hold on, let me try something. I wonder if it would look better if I did this. Let me try something. The whole thing. It's not bad. It's not bad. It works better than I thought it would. Like, I obviously like it a little bit better when it's just, yeah, like half, yeah, like it's behind me, but it doesn't look bad. It actually looks pretty good. You could totally do that. What else we got here? Oh man. Oh man. Alright, let's try this. Hang on. I don't know if this will work as well or not, but we'll just have to see. So we'll do that, and we'll do this. And then we'll do this. So with the black background, definitely doesn't work as well. You know, it's a little bit of contrast, but it looks pretty cool. A little hard to look at. It's cool though, for sure. I mean, likewise, you can do that, you know, like all this other stuff too. Hold on. So, like, if I did this, even something that's simple, if we just do this. Or you could flip it and go the other way. I found an awesome one. Hold on. I found an awesome one. Hold on. This one's awesome. So let's put this one behind. Huh. Yeah. No, that's what I'm talking about. Heck yeah. I like that one. That one's solid. I like that one. That's a solid background. I definitely think we have some good ones. Definitely think we have some good ones, especially yeah, especially this one, man. This one's really good. I like this one. Found a new cool background to use. It's so cool. You just have to watch. Games. Games. Oh, hey, 365. 365's back. That's awesome. You like my background, dude? Found a cool background. You guys experiment with some stuff here in Prism and just sort of kind of found this. Pretty cool. You can see why they broke Prism, you know, I mean, obviously Prism was always gonna help promote, you know. It was always an awesome software. This isn't gonna help you sleep though. You should sleep, dude. I'm probably gonna get off stream here soon. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get off here. I'm probably gonna get off stream, guys. I mean, we talked a good bit. We messed around a little bit. We've been on for a good couple hours. Just kind of got on for a little bit. But yeah, I get it. Me messing around with stuff isn't everybody else messing around with stuff. It takes a certain, I understand that. That's what I'm here for. And, you know, obviously if they don't break this crap for me, I'm willing to help, and they know that. So that's why, obviously. Oh, man. But yeah, I'm probably getting off stream here, guys. Like I said, probably getting off stream. I have a question. Oh, you're probably not still there. Did you ever get that Terminator 2D game? You're probably not still there, are you? Did you ever get that Terminator 2D game? It's fine if you're not still there. But anyway, yeah, I'm probably gonna end the stream, guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.